You wake up one day and everybody around you is married. Your friends, your nieces. Even some of your aunties are getting married for the second time. And you're still at the bus stop. And as if that doesn't sting enough, this auntie, during wedding number 2, because of course you're there as a flower girl, this auntie says, "My dear, what are you girls of today waiting for? What are you looking for, Mr. Right? A perfect angel? They do not exist. Just pick someone." Pick someone and clean them up. And just start. It will work out. God is there. God is there.
You have a father, he becomes a father-in-law. You have a son, he becomes a son-in-law. You have a daughter, she becomes a daughter-in-law. You have a mother, she becomes a mother-in-law. You have a wife, what does she become? She is the law.
Hey ladies, single ladies, I'd like to talk to you. Do you ever trade sex for love? You know, it's the oldest trade in the history of mankind. Women think, I will give him sex and he will fall in love with me. But 100% of the time, this trade fails for women. Women lose. Men know this. By the way, do you know the biggest trick they use to obtain sex from a woman? The words, "I love you." It's the #1 lie that men tell women. But the good guys, they'll wait. They'll use the word when it's appropriate. They're not fast because they let you set the pace.
Facts you need to know about men. 1. If he doesn't call you, then he doesn't want to call you. 2. If he doesn't invite you outside, then he doesn't want to see you. 3. If he treats you badly, he doesn't care about you. 4. If he lets you go, he doesn't want to be with you. 5. Stop being genuine and naive and stop allowing all of his excuses and complications. Stop breaking your own heart for someone who really, really doesn't deserve you. Put yourself first, ladies.
Baby, di ba ito lang mga nagpapasaya sa mga babae? Malaking bahay, tulak-tulak, tsaka malaking titi.
Do you know how long it took me to train my husband to eat my pussy correctly? I'm not going back out into the world, find somebody new to coach all over again. It's too much work. All of that knowledge, all of that time I invested, all of that muscle memory lives and dies with him. You can't store that in some sort of iPussy cloud and then just download it to a new husband 2.0. He is bespoke to me. Irreplaceable. Look, many patient nights I wanted to fake it, okay? But I knew that it was so fundamental for the long term that he get it right, and that lying to him would just be cheating myself. And so I would shove his head down there and keep it down there until his face got pruny. Many nights he'd enter 7 p.m. looking like a 30-year-old man, exit hours later looking like Tommy Lee Jones.
A female is designed by God to receive. And whatever she receives, she incubates, multiplies it, and gives it back to the male. She was built to do that. So whatever you give a woman, she'll receive it, multiply it, and give it back to you. Whatever you give a woman, are you listening, brothers? She'll never give you back what you gave her. She'll multiply it first. She's designed that way. If you give a woman a sperm, you'll never get a sperm back. She'll multiply it and give you a baby. If you give her a house, she'll multiply it and give you a home. If you give her groceries, she'll give you a meal. If you give her frustration, she'll multiply it. Yeah. So brothers, if you don't like what you are getting, change what you're giving.
Akala ko na wala ang akin. Akala ko puki ang akin. Yun mo lang. pula ay sadyang lawit pati. Ngunit ang aking yakapin, abay lumaki ang aking utin.
Yung mga hindi nyo mailabas sa showtime, dito nyo lalabas.
FTRCB dito. Ikaw ay akin, totoo sa aking paningin. Hindi ka yakapin, naglalaho sa dilim. Inais kong mapalapit sa'yo, pero ang baho-baho ng titi mo. Hirap ko, maliwala lang sa'yo. Ikaw ang aking minahal, kasama ko ang may kapal. Ako pala ay nag-isa ka, naghahangad ng isang katulad mo. Hindi ko alam, umalis ka na sa aking harapan. Pag-ibig ko sa'yo, ngayon ay naglaho na. At ito ang tandaan, ako'y masyadong nasaktan. Pag-ibig at pagsuyo, at kahit nasa luha, pagbabayaran mo. Ayaw ko na, tingnan mo ang katotohanan, na ikaw ay mukhang unggoy pala. Ano katabi ko ngayon? Kabayo naman. Ikaw ay akin. Ang taas naman. Akala ko na wala ang akin. Akala ko puki ang akin. Yun pula ay sadyang lawit pati. Ngunit ang aking yakapin, abay lumaki ang aking utin.
Yung mga hindi nyo mailabas sa showtime, dito nyo lalabas.
FTRCB dito. Ikaw ay akin, totoo sa aking paningin.
They don't tell you this, but when you get married to somebody, you marry the entire bibliography of their issues. And you marry their family who gave them those issues. Like his mom never made him clean up his clothes as a kid. Guess whose problem that is now? My husband will leave little piles of clothing on the floor as if he was raptured out of our apartment. I'm like, were you never beaten as a child for this?
For those men who say, why buy a cow when you can get the milk free? Well, here's an update for you. Nowadays, 80% of women are against marriage. Why? Women have realised, why buy the entire pig? Just to get a little sausage?
Girl, yeah. Like, I can't take it anymore. It's too small. Like, I'm seriously beginning to get annoyed. Yeah, like it didn't used to be like that before. When we started, that thing was huge. I at least I thought it was huge. But now, it disappeared. Like, Especially when it goes inside the space, you know?
What are you talking
It
about?
like it gets lost. I don't
What
know.
are you talking about?
I don't know what to do anymore. Yeah, it's like non-existent, which is pretty crazy. Because I thought that it was big, and now it's like gone. Is it?
Karen, you're always complaining about the size.
What are you talking about? What size? What are
You're
you?
always telling me that it's big, and now what are you saying that it's small? Who are you talking to?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about my clothes that is shrunk and